So today I have something exciting to share with you all. So it's a topic, a hot topic actually. So wait for it. Thank you all for joining me here today. So the topic we're talking about is what happens after you have the baby. So basically postpartum, what I call it, healing, recovery, a postpartum journey, what you do after having the baby and what to look out for.
You will see the mom and then everybody is smiling, not knowing that the mom is probably going through a lot. But people don't say it. Even while I was small, I will see the mother of the babies. I'm like, she has given birth. But when I gave birth, I know that it wasn't a joke.
Exactly. Just things that people naturally would not even tell
you. They don't tell you anything about that.
They just think, and probably some people think that you are fine or you have it all in control.
No, they even expect you to be fine.
Like as a woman, you should just have
it
all.
Together.
Like you should just
And that's what's telling me that it looked like the whole world make kind of a meeting that we're not going to expose this, so people will understand of it.
Not cool. So after I gave birth, thank God I have a very helpful husband. But after I gave birth, I discovered that my body was going through a lot of things that I don't know it was actually doing. So my husband would come get the baby when he's crying, and my husband would say, "Come to daddy, come to daddy." Do you know that word pissed me off? I don't want him to say, "Come to daddy," and I don't know why. I was just upset for no reasons. Eventually, I found out that that's my hormones reacting. I didn't know what that was. I would just there are days that I will cry because I feel like I'm acting not normal, especially to my husband. But then I didn't understand what it was at the time. So I think it's good that we should educate not only the women but also when the husband sees their wife going through this, they would know exactly what it is. My husband knows now because we went through all of those stages together. So he knows, and because I was talking to you some days back, my friend was having something similar. And my husband was like, "Oh, she has postpartum blues," and I'm like, wow. So the fact that he knew and had gone through that process with me helped him to. If I have another baby now, he would totally understand that. Okay, this is what it is.
That was what I was just about to say. That I think everything comes with experience. Even for these men as well, they've never been fathers. They've never been in that position. They're just learning into how to become a father, how to become a good husband, and all those kind of things. For my first baby, we roughened it together. We roughened it. But for the second baby, we already learned, and mine was very close. They were like just 6 months apart, or how many months? Like I was very close. It was back to back, and it was a C-section for the second. So my husband already knew that no loose hands. Like we didn't lose anything.
Someone like my husband would say, "Babe, calm down. I'm learning on the job."
I think that is it. Yeah, the men we are all even for we women as well. There are limit. People will tell us things that do this, but then the practicality is on the job.
Honestly, I totally feel like this topic needs to be treated, and I'm glad we're doing this. Like, if you go on YouTube, there are so many videos about what to expect when you're pregnant and how to check your baby. But enough of us hiding and pretending that we don't have pain. We want other women to go through it in such a way that you have enough information as to what to expect, so that way you can prepare and not have to pretend. So we hope this information that we're sharing with you guys will be helpful, and you can be comfortable. If you're not feeling the greatest, like, it's okay. And just basically learn from us. I don't want to give out all the nuggets before the video. So the first question that I have here says, when it comes to bleeding after having the baby, how long and how bad, and is it painful?
My son would be 4, so I'll say that bleeding after birth depends on a woman's body, right? There are people that could bleed for maybe 2 weeks. For my daughter, I think I was bleeding for about 4 days, not heavy. But for my son, probably because I didn't have a natural delivery, it was C-section, so I obviously did not even bleed at all. So but for my daughter, it was about a week-ish.
I'm trying to remember mine. I can't remember if it was a week or if it was a month.
I'm actually trying to remember mine as well, but I'm sure that I bled for a week, but I'm not sure of when it stopped.
Mine stopped like 3 days, but comes back anytime my baby is breastfeeding. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so you get some kind of contraction when the baby is breastfeeding, and then you.
Wow.
And was it like when you say like when you breastfeed, so you feel it coming, and is it like a lot or like just a tiny bit?
A lot.
Wow.
Like not the kind to be worried about.
Yeah.
Like when my nurse comes and I'll kind of let her know that, oh, this is what I'm saying. She like, it's normal. So yeah.
Like you've all heard from every one of us, it depends on you and it depends on if you have C-section. For me, I can't even remember how long it was. So the next question is, when it comes to colic, how does that work in kids? Like how often, when does it start, what should you do?
Like I had no idea about it until I had my baby. I never knew anything like that exists, that children go through stomach ache. Like,
And I feel so helpless.
I was like, what's going on here? Why is it my baby? I don't know. It's a general thing.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to one of my big aunties, and she was like, "Oh, it's normal." It got better with time. Mine was earlier. It took like just 2 months for him, and after his second month, it was okay. Like,
So I think just as things are evolving, even with childbirth, I knew while I was growing up, and probably my aunties would have babies and all that, we see that babies, when they come out, they don't have their eyes open. It takes time before babies opens their eyes. But these days, babies, once they bring them out, their eyes are wide open. So I don't know what is happening. I don't know where things are changing. And for me, with the colic, my daughter didn't even experience it much at all. Like, it wasn't something to deal with. But I knew about colic. I knew about colic drops, the water the drops that they should have. But I just had my own personal reservation.
You know what I just remember now? Maybe for people that are not from Nigeria, like there's something called Kafra and water, and that's what I just remember when you said like drugs and stuff. Like I know back in Nigeria, even our parents will always give us early in the morning, like, oh, it's good to cleanse your stomach and all. And I think they give even those little ones in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Like there's those, they give them. So I guess that's the reason why they give them. But we never knew it was called colic, or we never knew they were supposed to be using that because they were experiencing, that pain. So in case you have your baby and you're wondering, why is he always crying? Like, what is going on? Like, you've showered him, you fed him, changed diaper, you're not sure if he wants to sleep and all, like he or she wants to sleep. It might just be colic.
And the time that it happens, some experiences are 2 months, 3 months. I think they say a boy child, like the colic affects them more than the girl child. So when I had my daughter, I didn't really experience it. But for my son, he started experiencing it at about 3 months. I didn't give him colic drops or anything. I just laid him on his stomach constantly, like just to make sure that he's in a better position. Like, I think that was what my parents I grew up knowing, and with the drops as well. But I didn't even use the drop or anything. I just constantly rubbed his tummy and kept him on his tummy to just have him in that relaxed mood. And that was
honestly speaking about that, like, one thing I would say is when you feed your baby, always try to make sure you burp them. Like, that is very, very important, because I know that was mentioned to me at the hospital, and I would sometimes remember and sometimes not remember. But as soon as he started having that issue, and it was always a concern because your baby is just crying helplessly and you can't do anything, I have to consciously remind myself to make sure I burp. So burping, laying them on their belly really, really works well. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind.
I remember Bola telling me someday that our baby was crying so hard, and then she was saying that, can you give this baby to the mother?
Just
forgot it.
You are the mother.
I'm the mother. I don't know what to do.
That's
right. Okay, so we're just going to move on to the next question. And the next question here is about breastfeeding, breast milk not coming out, and all. Like, what is the pain like, and what should you expect? Let's just talk about breastfeeding.
I want to go first on that.
Take the floor.
So yeah, when I gave birth, okay, before I gave birth, I think I've already witnessed some, like I already saw that milk was coming out of my breast, right?
Oh wow.
So yeah, I already saw that. But then when the baby came, nothing came out. Nothing.
Oh,
Couple of days after, then I think maybe 2 days after, it started coming out again. And then my baby started breastfeeding properly. Give it 5 days, my nipple was cracked. Like once my baby put mouth on the nipple, I can feel the pain in my brain. But I didn't know about that as well. And then when the pain was persistent, she came and then gave me a cream. The moment she gave that to me, I think psychologically I feel like, okay, the cream will do something. So when I applied that, I'll feel like, okay, it's getting better. It's not that I feel like it actually didn't get better. It's just my head thinking that, okay, I'm applying something, so it should work. I just thought in my head that once the baby comes, just suck and then you'll be fine. But no, that's another journey.
Mine was a different case entirely. I like trying to prove that I'm a superwoman. I have all the production. When my baby came and there was this water that comes out. It's not the breast milk. Cholesterol. Yeah. It was having that the first day. The second day we went back home. We were released from the hospital, and I was like, why is it this one? I want the real thing. And then I had a breast pump. And then I used it. That was my worst mistake.
Yeah.
I used the breast from my sister's. And the next day, it came out flowing. I was like,
yes, that's what we're talking about.
I was very happy about it. For some reason, my baby doesn't like the breast so much. Oh my God.
So
I was this big. I'm
God.
not kidding you. I'm hard as rock. It was so uncomfortable. I was like, who asked me to do this? I was trying to prove that I have it in me, and yeah, I got it.
To be
came
honest,
out, but I overproduced. Oh my God.
Is it bad for people to pump when they just give birth?
It's not bad for people to pump, but for me, I wouldn't advise it. You came to my house one day and then we were just talking. I'm like, I stopped pumping because I discovered that pumping makes me go bigger than I
produce more.
Too much.
And it was a nurse that told me that, like, babe, stop pumping, like, because you're telling your body you need more milk.
Exactly.
And you just have this tiny, you have this tiny baby. It doesn't need more than
it doesn't even interested in.
So most of the time, I think when I think of childbearing and everything, it can be relative. Like, it can be relative.
Right.
There are people that we pump, and nothing comes out.
Definitely.
So the thing is, for a new mom, like, you're having your baby, you don't know the kind of how your body will produce milk.
And if your baby will like the food as much.
You don't know if you're going to be producing lots of milk or if you're not going to be producing lots of milk. My advice first is just make sure you're taking lots of fluids. For those that are not producing much, take lots of hot fluids like water, like pap, custard, all those stuff. Just make sure you're taking lots of that so that you can produce more. And for you that you are going to be overproducing, then you're going to probably be reducing on those things. I didn't have any issue with producing milk. I pumped. I did bottle feeding for my both kids. Like, I was using. I did exclusive bottle feeding for them, so I was popping regularly, and I didn't have the overflowing, but I had milk per time. I could keep and store. So for you that you are like that, you just keep your regular fluids on. But you that you are not, you need to take warm fluids and custard.
Yes, that. I know there are suggestions for nipple cover. For me, the nipple cover didn't work, so I wouldn't invest in it next time, but you can give it a try and see if it works for you. But one thing I'll suggest is that you just keep putting your baby there and just keep trying, and like by the breast, like just keep your baby try to make your baby latch. And also it might be the way you're sitting as well. I know there are, what's it called that we use, it is those pillows, nursing pillows. The nursing pillows, you can use the nursing pillow because sometimes the baby is so little and you're not sure how to place the baby. Like, you can just have a nursing pillow, and if you don't need a nursing pillow, You don't have to be all fancy and use it. If you don't use it, just put it away and just put your baby.
Or use normal pillow.
And use normal pillow. It doesn't have
but
to be
then the nursing
nursing
pillow actually helps. You know the way it's shaped? It's shaped.
No, but the
so-
thing is, the nursing pillow actually make me start thinking I have to find a way and sit. Like it was too, I don't know, like I don't know.
Steve.
Yeah,
Really,
that's
maybe
true.
maybe the type you got, because you know these things and brands and as well. The way they did it was when you're breastfeeding too much, it gives you backache because you're like this. You are giving the baby stuff like this. So when you have that breastfeeding stuff or seated up, you should position you in such a way that you are seated upright.
Right.
Did you breastfeed baby or you did exclusive bottle?
No, I breastfed of course once in a while, but most of the time I used bottles.
Okay.
I used bottles.
So because you don't use that pillow more often, you probably won't be able to tell because
So-
it's stiff for me. If you are not seated in a particular position,
That's what I'm saying. You're not looking for where to
Then,
sit.
at that moment when your baby is crying, you just want
Just
to quickly
grab the
grab
baby
him
and put the
feed
baby
him.
there, right?
So yeah, but it works when you
Yeah.
are sitting in a particular position.
Or I mean, if it still work for you, you can still go ahead and use it. But for myself, it was a little different experience. And I mean, like she said, just give it a try and see what works for you honestly.
Yeah.
So she talked about exclusive breastfeeding, right? How was the experience with that? It's very unique.
Misquoting.
I mean, she said
the
exclusive
bottle
bottle
feeding. You meant that maybe I didn't latch him on. Why would I? would definitely, but most of the time we're always out and all that. I would go out. I had my mom around for my mother-in-law around for my first baby.
Congratulations.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm nobody. But you know, the funny thing, I feel like we women, like, we're very strong. And it's amazing the things that we do. And I just want to throw that out there, like, don't push yourself too much or worry about the house is not put together, this, that, like there's no food. Like, just take it one day at a time and do whatever you can. No one is going to come check your bedroom, how nice and good looking. If your baby is sleeping and you want to sleep, please go ahead and sleep. If your baby is awake and you don't feel like sleeping, like, just do whatever makes you comfortable. Don't try and, like, live for yourself at that point. Like, live for yourself and your baby. Do whatever works for you guys. Try things. If you're not sure of anything, you can ask. If you don't have nurses, you can always, I think that doctor's appointment, you can always ask your doctors. Like, at the end of the day, it's about you and your baby. I feel like a lot of times the reason why we go into all of this is because we're so concerned about what other people think or what people before us have gone through, or what they expect us to be acting like. So, like, especially for that pillow, let me leave it there. I've seen it on YouTube and people use it so cute and everything. And then when I go home, initially it was nice because I was not moving. I couldn't really move around. So the next question I have here is pelvic floor issues, which means that you're unable to hold your pee when you need to pee. So
No, let's talk about going to do number 2.
After having the baby.
Let's talk that first.
Yes.
What can
My
you
experience
start?
was actually good, to be honest, because my friend had mentioned it to me. So you're watching this video now, you know. Be expectant. So my friend mentioned to me that, or maybe it's one of my family friends, she said to me that you need to be able to pull when you're done, and it's going to be painful, and you know, she just described the experience. And so when I was done, and they were asking me
When
that
you're
about
done what?
when I was done delivering the baby,
Okay.
and they delivered the placenta as well. So I was being cleaned up, and I took my shower, and then they were saying, okay, when you need to poo, but you need to poo in the next few hours. We need to monitor you because after having your baby, they expect you to do that. So I was in the washroom. I was saying to myself, like, Holy Spirit, just help me. Like, I need to make sure this poo is not going to be painful. I think before I left, I'm not sure if I pooed while I was there or when I was home, but I know that they gave me poo softener,
Stool
softener.
Yeah.
And I was, every time I feel like I need to poo, I would just sit and just be careful, hoping nothing bad is going to.
My expression.
was so
I can still relate to that pain of going to the
Oh,
washroom.
you went through the pain? Oh my God.
I can still relate. Like, as she was talking, I was remembering
Yeah,
how
I
it was.
like, I would literally sit like this
I can't
on the
remember-
wall and think, is it coming out? Should I wait?
I can't
Is that
remember
bad?
going to poop while
But
I
it
was
wasn't
at the
painful though. My poop was not painful. It was perfect.
Do
It
you
was
know the
just
old
the
thing-
information.
the thing that helped was the stool softener. the stool softener helped, to be honest, but I have to take it. I was literally taking it. I think they asked me to take it morning and night. So if I miss the morning one and I'm going to pull in the evening, I would definitely feel the pain. It was that bad. I would
No,
wow.
I didn't have any tears, so
Right.
It was no tears. Wow.
so I can't relate to
Oh, I
that.
think we should maybe put it out there as well that maybe if you had tears, then
Yeah.
you should consider using
that's
stool
it.
softener.
I think that's
yeah. For me, I had
possible.
second degree tears, so
I think
wow.
is it second or first?
I don't know. Mine was second.
I don't know what it is. I know there's a tier, but the lowest. I mean,
The least-
the
least
least
first.
would have been first.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
For
first.
my daughter too,
Yeah.
it was first degree. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't something much, and I didn't experience any.
So mine was first.
Oh,
degree.
mine was second degree, guys. Like I couldn't walk.
Wow, that must have been
Like I will show you guys how I was walking. I would lift one leg and I will be there walking like an old grandma. And I had to sit on this thing called donut seats. Thank God for one of my family friends that brought that. God bless you again. I could not sit on any chair or even bed. I had to have that thing. So basically, it's like a donut, like the shape of a donut, and it really helps me to sit. And that thing that helps, that I really feel like we should talk about, is sitting on that hot water. Maybe I would get a picture of a custard plastic. So I poured the custard out and put hot water in the plastic. So before my mom came, I was just going into the hot warm water bath and all.
Yeah,
but I could not walk. I was just on my bed. But when my mom came, she's like, put your body together, put your Bisi, bring this, bring that. And she just put the custard in a different plastic and put hot water. So what you do is you get a bowl and you just sit. Like, I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm like. You just squat, and as much as you can take the heat, stay there. If you can't, you can just stand up. So you just let the steam heal you. And this is for people that maybe go through first or second or third degree tear. So that really helps, because like in 2 or 3 days, I was able to walk and sit. Before she came, yeah, I'll leave it there.
So at least thank God you're saying that, because if you didn't even have any tear, you may not even need that at all.
Yes.
I had first degree for my daughter, and I didn't have any pain.
The warm water was good, right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Did you stay in the bath?
No, I didn't
Nothing.
do anything like that.
I stayed in the bath though.
I didn't.
Enjoy
That
that.
was I.
She just wants to be a baby girl.
Exactly.
No tear, but just have a bath.
I didn't do any. I just.
It was so nice.
Right.
The experience
Yeah.
with my daughter was.
What about
Especially
you,
when my
Bola?
breast was
I
so
have to-
engorged.
You have to sit on water.
Yeah, I had to. Not like hot water, but normal warm water. I would
Right.
just sit inside for
I
like
didn't do that.
maybe 20 minutes or so, and then.
So if it does.
I did both actually, and at a point, I had to put salt in my warm water, and that was because to prevent infections. So, I guess depending on how much cuts or tear you get, you might have to see what works. All right. Pelvic floor issue was what I mentioned. The pelvic floor issue. So I initially didn't even know I had a pelvic floor issue. So basically, I know that sometimes when I just laugh, I would just,
Release some.
Okay.
I'll bless God. Yeah. So basically, I feel like when you deliver your baby, sometimes when I laugh or when I'm too excited or jumping and I'm trying to speak, I don't feel like I need to pee so bad, but I'll just laugh, and before you know it, I'm already peeing on myself. So some of the things that one of my family friends recommended to me was there are some pelvic floor exercise, and there's no way you would have searched pelvic floor exercise, because if you don't know, you will not know it's pelvic floor exercise. But if you want quick recovery, just watch YouTube videos for the pelvic floor exercise. Yeah. The next question we have here says,
I think we should be noting for all this. We're not praying people should have C-section, because they are so different. With the vaginal delivery and for the C-section, it's like totally different things. It's a different ball game entirely.
And I would like to put a disclaimer. Oh, yeah, finish.
Yeah, because for this, it has to heal up completely. I know they give about, was that 8 weeks they gave us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't even think I was ready even after that 8 weeks.
Right.
Like, I was so scared that what if we
What if they
everything
are
just
open again?
and the thing just
Exactly,
pops out
exactly.
open. I knew the stitches were healed and everything, but then if you add C-section, look at your body again, and also discuss with your gynae and all that to be sure that you're ready to go back into the house.
Yeah.